So hi guys, myself Sahil here, and today I am going to tell you about the closure properties of context free language. So the first property that we discuss is union. Second we go for concatenation. Third is clean closure property. Fourth is intersection, and the third is complementation. So what is clean closure properties? So guys, the for to start with union. So for the union, let's take a language L1 and L2 to show that this both language comes under the closure properties of union. So what I have to take, let for language 1 it has a particular grammar G1, for L2 it has a particular language G2. So for this context free grammar, let's take for G1 I have a string S1, and for G2 I have a string S2. So guys, for S1 let's take A followed by equal number of B, and this is epsilon, which is basically a null. And for S2 I have B followed by equal number of C, and this is epsilon. So to show that this S1 and S2 is closure under union, to represent this I have to take a S, and to show that, I have to put a slash in between S1 and S2. So this S1, which is basically the same as A followed by equal number of B, and this S2 is same as B followed by equal number of C. So to show that this is a closure under union, I have to put a slash in between. So here hence we can say that L1 and L2 is closure under union. So what basic meaning of closure is that if the language L1 is a CFL and L2 is also a context free language, so if I take a union of both the language, then the output I get is also a CFL. So for now, let's go with the concatenation. So I will take the same languages L1 and L2 as I have taken in the above for the union, having grammars G1 and G2 with the same strings S1 and S2. A followed by equal number of B epsilon, B followed by equal number of C epsilon. So to show that this is closure under concatenation, what I have to do is I have to take a string and put a dot in between S1 and S2. So hence we can say that this is also a closure under concatenation. So uh, let's go with the third property, which is clean closure. To show that our language are closure under clean closure, what I have to do is that first I have to understand what is this meaning is closure. So let's take a language. So for closure, what mean is L star, that I have to repeat the strings which I having in the language again and again. So, to repeat string again and again, what I have to do is, like if I say what is A star is A A A A. So to show that this language is closure, what I have to do, like this language has a particular G grammar, which is CFG, context free grammar, and that grammar contain a string. So to repeat this string, what I have to do is I have to take a as and just put as1 as and epsilon. So how can I say that it is closure? So for I have to create a string zero null, so I go with the epsilon. If I have to generate a string with the one only, so I go with the as. S1 and S I put epsilon. Okay, for the second what I have do is S1 S, which is go with the S1 S. So and the if I go with the again S1 S and I put epsilon here. So here you can see that I have created a 3 up to a 3 length of a string. So I can say that this is also closure under clean closure property. Here I can say you can generate any number of strings you want. So by this I can say that this is also a closure under clean closure. And the now let's go for the fourth, which is intersection. So guys, in this we have like in the above there is three uh, properties, that is union and concatenation, clean closure. So they are always closure under the CFL is always closure under these three properties. So for this intersection I have to check the string that always check the string that this is closure under intersection or not. So let's take an example. I have taken example L1 language 1 intersection L2. L1 and L2 is the same as I have taken in the previous for the previous for the previous properties. So to show that this is, so if let's take L1, which is a raised to power n, b raised to power n and c raised to power m, and intersection for L2 I have I'm not taking the same as in the previous, I am taking different now, b raised to power n, c raised to power n. So if I take the intersection, what I have got is a raised to power n, b raised to power n and c raised to power n, which is a CSL, not CF language. So I can say that these languages are not closure under intersection. So it must be a CFL. So I have to take the string and check for that it is a it is closure under intersection or not. So for fifth, that is complementation. So let's assume that our language is closure under, let's take CFL is closure under complementation. We are assuming that CFL is closure under complementation. So how can we show that? Let L1 L intersection L2 we can represent it as L1 complement union L2 complement to the whole complement. So we have assumed that our language is closure under complementation. So L1 complement gives us a L1 like same context free language. Intersection L2 is also the same as we assume CFL intersection union whole complement. So now for this CFL union CFL we have proved that union languages are closure under union properties also. So this comes the CFL and the whole complement. We are assumed that CFL is closure under complementation. So this comes out to be CFL. So guys, this is coming CFL, which is not equal to L1 intersection L2, because we have proved that CFL is not closure under intersection. So hence we can say that the languages are also not closure under complementation. So we conclude that closure properties of a CFL. So we can say that it is closure under union, closure under concatenation, closure under clean closure, but not in the case of intersection. So CFL is not closure under intersection. CFL is also not closure under complementation, as we have proved that. So thank you guys. I think you understand what I'm trying. So thank you for watching.